で振り返るね一緒にならなんでも乗り越えてみんな追いかけてよ Yes please because we'll overcome
Asagao Academy. Normal Boots Club.
What's up, everyone? I had to let that amazing intro play, right? So, everyone, welcome to One Night Stand. This is the night where I pick a game out of my library that I haven't played yet but wanted to, and of course, this one is up. Because it came out while I was at PAX East, and I was really mad that I didn't get to play it right away. This is made by my friends about my friends. So I have to play it, of course. I kickstarted this, been looking forward to it forever. I am so excited to get started. We're gonna try it out, and if you guys like it, we'll keep going with it. Why not? It's a dating sim where you can date people from the normal boots, and the hidden block guys are in there too. I saw them. Oh man, I am friends and acquaintances with most of the people portrayed here, which is going to make this very awkward. But I'm ready to start. Oh man, and you guys know how I love dating sims. So let's do it! Chapter 1. I haven't seen anything. I'm completely blind on this. I've been waiting so long. The train made its way along the gentle curve of the coast of Japan, whisking me farther and farther from home. This is so beautiful, this. Oh, here's our diary. I didn't mean to click on it, but here we are. Dear Diary, today is the day I finally go to Asago Academy. I couldn't sleep at all last night. When Dad dropped me off at the train station, he held my hand and stroked my hair. You look like your mother did, he said, but he didn't elaborate. I miss Mom. I miss Dad. But hopefully this will be my fresh start. I see. So she's, of course, going to school, probably very far away from her home. I got you, girl. Girl. All right. Across from me sat a boy, face half buried in a newspaper. He was deeply entranced in whatever article he was reading and hadn't spoken a single word to me, even when I asked if I could join him in the last compartment with any available space. Well, maybe he's just shy. He shrugged, nodded, and adjusted his newspaper without ever making eye contact. It had been almost an hour, in fact, and he hadn't once looked at me. Devoid of conversation, I took instead to counting the buttons on the pretentiously lush carmine seat cushions. 1, 2, 3, 21. Oh, I think we skipped something, my goodness. Now and again I turned to look out the window where the trees were blurring by. Sometimes the smeared green would break and reveal the quiet blue of the Sea of Japan. This is nice. Eventually this rapidity made my stomach churn and I went back to counting the buttons on the seat cushion. Oh, I would do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, the train compartment shuddered around us. My eyes wandered to the boy in his jacket. It wasn't the school-issued blue that I and the other students on the train were wearing. Instead, it was a green, varsity-like jacket with an embroidered patch poorly sewn on front. Oh my god, it's Jared. Why is he so sparkly? Jared, is that a new highlighter you're using, love? Please tell me which one it is, because clearly I need it as well. Jared, I'm sorry, I'm about to butcher your voice. Clearly I will not be able to make any of their voices actually how they sound, because they are boys. So let's just give me a one-off for that, please. So you're first year, then? He folded his newspaper neatly, set it in his lap, and looked at me with a half-interested gaze. Also, he sparkled a whole fucking lot. Did he just catch me staring? Now that the paper was gone, I saw his face. He watched me through heavy-lidded eyes. Ooh. His hair was immaculately groomed, his teeth straight and blindingly bright. This is all very accurate, by the way, about Jared. He has good teeth. I've seen them. There was something about him. The way the light hit him. I'm telling you, it's his highlighter. Look at that sparkle. It's gotta be like Too-Faced, maybe? Benefit? High Beam? MAC? One of those. It's gotta be. Those are the best ones, right? They made him look like he was almost sparkling. Yeah, girl, it's a highlighter. Get yourself some. Me? He glanced around the compartment empty beside us and laughed. That is his real laugh, by the way. This is completely voice acted by all of them, so anything you hear is them. Oh. No, I'm not a first year. I'm a third year. The train began to slow, metal wheels groaning against metal tracks. The sudden shift threatened to rob me of whatever was left in my stomach, but I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, willing myself to keep it together. Yeah, girl. I don't think Jared will like it if you puke on him the first meeting. Maybe the second, though, will be alright. What kind of impression would I leave puking on a student before I even arrived? I'm telling you, this girl knows me. I'm feeling her right now. I'm feeling it. The boy frowned. I picked at the hem of my cotton skirt. That's not possible. I've never seen you before. It took me a moment of mouth fishing to find a response. What? That's not how I would have said it. It's because I'm a transfer student. He laughed again. A transfer student, huh? We don't get many of those. I removed my acceptance letter from the front pocket of my uniform. The paper, heavyweight, off-white, had accumulated creases from my reading and rereading, as if the words might have changed since the last time I read it. The boy took it, studied it, then handed it back to me.
I'll see you around.
Well then, Hannah, I suppose I'll be seeing you around, just like he just said. Ooh. Jared, it's like you're really here. He smiled at me as he picked up the suitcase lying next to him. By the time I hiccuped a response, he was already gone from the compartment. Oh, well, this is off to a fine start. Holy shit. I think this is what I did the first time I actually met Jared in real life. I probably did something stupid like this. I stared out into the empty hallway of the train. It was then that I realized he, having gotten it from my acceptance letter, knew my name and I never got his. Well, that'll teach you. The train settled at the station and I filed out with the rest of the uniformed students. It was early April, and the last frost of winter had come and gone. The trees were already green, their leaves shivering in the occasional gust weaving through them. The air was mild, only a few clouds hanging in the sky. I walked along the road with a swarm of blue-jacketed bodies, looking at the little groups breaking off from the crowd. Everyone was buzzing so animatedly around me. I held my suitcase tight in my sweaty hands. It was a leather-bound and worth more than anything it contained. It wasn't far to the school, and I was, for maybe the first time in my life, thankful that what I owned didn't amount to much. My school-issued black Oxfords clicked on the pavement. I walked this walk over and over in my mind. So many nights I lay awake, imagining what it would be like to walk from the train station to Asago Academy this first time. My new start. I always imagined that everything would change for me on this walk. That somehow, everything would magically be different. But as I looked around, I realized nothing had changed. I hadn't changed. Aw, girl, it's alright. By the time I reached the massive gate to the academy, I forgot all about the disappointment slouching in the back of my throat. The school, framed by the gate's twisting black metal, was just as beautiful as the glossy photos I saw in its pamphlets. It looks really nice, doesn't it? This was it. Asagao Academy. I glanced around. The swarm of students gathered around the gate. Beyond it, tiny blue people bounced around the academy's main building. A girl pressed a button to one side of the gate. The excitement in the air was almost palpable. A few moments later, the black gate with great effort creaked outward and cleared the pathway. As the rest of the group shifted into motion, I followed along, a sheep in the herd. Well, this is how we all feel when we go to school, isn't it? Man, I remember feeling like this when I first went to university. Holy crap, I was so frightened. My stomach tied itself into knots. The crowd split off in different directions. For a moment, I panicked. Oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure I did the same thing too, because I had no idea where to go. Were you guys the same when you started school? Because I sure was. Hello, old man. Wait, do I get to date the old man? This is an important question. A tired-looking man with graying hair called out for first years, a cluster of fresh-faced students gathering around him. Hey, look at that girl! I turned. A few feet away, a small group of boys were pointing at me and snickering. Wait, what? Girl, punch those fools! Who would be rude enough to do that? Pink hair, are you kidding me? Oh, I see. They don't like it. How desperate can you get? That's rude! I would punch those fools. You can have whatever color hair you want, everyone. You just mind that. Hot shame crawled down my neck. I attached myself to a group of girls, following a few steps behind them. In the distance, cicadas hummed in time to my shoes crunching against gravel. My hair. It wasn't my fault that my hair looked like this. Luckily, I found myself at the girls' dormitory, a large sign in the lawn reading Primrose House. The building dwarfed me in size and sheer intimidation. How many students did Asago have? Oh, hi. As I approached the building, a red-headed girl lingering nearby caught my attention. Aw, man, she has hair like I do. It's not me, guys. Don't worry. Trust me. I didn't have the money to pay for myself to get in there, but believe me, I wanted to. Can you just imagine how I would have messed it up? I looked away, then looked back. She was staring at me. She walked over.
Oh, you must be my roommate!
Oh my god. Really? Am I? I eyed her warily. She was smiling and bouncing in a way that suggested her views on life were akin to a perpetual bouncy castle.
What?
Me?
Bingo.
Of course, you silly. Let me guess. Room 325? I thought back to the paper I received a month prior with a list of all the supplies I needed for the year and my dorm arrangements. Yeah, that's right. She's so cute. She laughed, but I couldn't figure out what was so funny. Was she laughing at me? When I found out my roommate was a transfer student, I knew you were going to be a total main character. Whoa, breaking the fourth wall already, are we? That's fine with me. I'm sorry. A what?
Mm-hmm.
When I saw you outside the gate, I knew it was you. I mean, look at that hair. I felt a lump forming in my throat. What was she talking about? She had to be making fun of me. I hadn't spent more than 5 minutes on campus and I was already being mocked. I don't think that's what she's doing. It doesn't seem like it. My hands began to tremble. Is there something wrong with my hair? Her face slackened from its amused smile to a more worried expression. Then she began to laugh again. No.
No. It's great. I'm sorry.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I don't know when things are going to be voice acted and when they aren't. So that's going to be a slip up. It's going to happen. My fault.
We're getting off on the wrong foot, aren't we? Oh gosh. I'm Mai Sasaki. You must be Hana.
I must be. I bowed my head.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you, Mai. All your school books are waiting in our room with your welcome letter, and I read the envelope. I hope you're not mad. Mai started walking towards the dorm front doors. I followed behind like a lost puppy. Did you check in the front desk already? No, I didn't. I didn't know I was supposed to. Good. They'll offer to have a staff member give you a tour of the campus, but I can show you around. We don't get many transfer students in year 3, you know. Oh, is that your only bag? Just the one? I'm glad I brought an extra bag of stuff to decorate our room with. I started already. I hope you don't mind. Oh God, she's very bubbly. But I did wait to string the lights. I thought we could do it together, you know? She spoke quickly, the words bubbling from her mouth, and left me no time to answer until the end of her monologue. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. She held the front door open for me, and I hurried inside. Ooh. Ah, man, I wish I had dormitories like this when I was in university. We didn't have girls or boys dormitories. It was very scattered. We just had, like, apartments. Girls filed up and down the hallway, howling greetings and exchanging vague niceties that were more often than not, how was your break? And look how tan you got. It seemed like everyone knew each other. I followed Mai as she led me through the maze of students and up 2 flights of stairs. Each dorm floor looked the same as the last, narrow white doors lining both sides of the pale pink walls. Thin gold numbers were tacked to the front of each, the numbers rising as we climbed. You're not missing anything with the campus tour, I promise. Mr. Seitomo does them every year and he's like totally dull. He just drags you around the entire campus and talks in that weird squeaky voice of his. I'll tell you everything you need to know. I smiled, trying not to let this go on my nerves. Thanks. We headed down a hallway on the 3rd floor. Mai stopped us in front of a door numbered 325. Here we are. Look how cute it is. Oh, it looks so nice. Man, I did not have a dorm that looked this nice. A faint smell of potpourri wafted through the room. The walls, like the hallway, were a soft powdery pink. Mai already defaced them with a tapestry of posters, magazine cutouts, and photographs. It looks good, though. It looks really nice. Some of the photos were of cats, but most were male models and rugged musicians. A bunk bed, 2 writing desks with wooden chairs, a small dresser, and a mirrored vanity, all clearly provided by the school, were the only pieces of furniture in the tiny room. I don't know, it looks pretty big to me. The top bunk was already covered in neatly tucked blankets and throw pillows of clashing patterns and colors. The bottom bunk had a single stiff-looking pillow and a thin cotton blanket that I didn't need to touch to know was horribly itchy. I must have grimaced because Mai quickly smiled at me. I brought way too many pillows and blankets. I always overpack. I went to Italy over break and Mom got really mad at me because I brought back 5 bags, but we were only there for a week. She laughed, pulling several blankets and pillows from her bunk and rearranged them neatly on mine. A sudden twinge of guilt and embarrassment hit me.
Perfection.
There, that's much better. Thanks, Mai. I placed my suitcase on the bottom bunk and began to unpack its contents. Several changes of clothing, pens and pencils, empty notebooks, a few photographs of my father, a dilapidated stuffed rabbit, an old portable radio, and a small black box. Mai opened the curtains and the sunlight poured in. So, where are you from? I slid the now empty suitcase under the bottom bunk. About 2 hours north of here. It's a small town called Amaririsu. You probably haven't heard of it. I set the stuffed rabbit, Mr. Bunny, on my bed beside a purple and teal throw pillow. Oh, did you go to a different boarding school, or... No, I went to a public school down the street from my house. Public school? What was that like? Were the students mean? Did you have a lot of friends? I always went to private schools. My parents work a lot and my dad goes overseas, so I think they stuck me here for convenience. Oh, that's kind of sad. Girl, I feel you. Oh, hey, what's that? I'd removed an ornately patterned origami crane from the black box and was setting it on the unclaimed writing desk. Oh, this, my mother made it for me a long time ago. I set it beside a stack of thick textbooks which I assumed were provided for me.
Aww.
Wow, it's so pretty. I've never seen paper like that before. Oh yeah, the lights. Let me get them. Mai went to her own desk, opened the drawer, and pulled out a long tangled string of fairy lights. I love fairy lights. Oh my gosh. I thought these would look nice. Here, help me string them up. She grabbed a container of push pins, then pulled her wooden desk chair out and over to one wall. I did the same with my own. Together, we pinned the lights around the perimeter of the room. Oh, isn't that sweet? I like this already. How was the train ride over? Did you meet anyone? No, not really. I was in a compartment with some guy and...
What?
Some guy, huh? Was he cute? He was very sparkly. That's what I remember about him. Ma'am, he was the most sparkly guy I've ever seen in my life. I don't know. I really wasn't paying attention. I didn't even get his name. That is true. That didn't happen. Mai seemed disappointed for a moment, then perked back up. You'll have to point him out to me if you see him again. Okay. Once we finished stringing the lights, Mai climbed down from her chair and brushed her hands together triumphantly.
Yeah!
Done! Okay, now it's time for lunch. The food here is pretty good. There's this ramen place down the street from campus that's like out of this world, but the school only lets us leave campus on weekends. Mai walked to the window. We could go today because it's Sunday and it's pretty nice out, but I guess you might want to go to the caf since you just got here. We could... She was suddenly interrupted by her own enthusiastic laughter. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, Mimi Santos totally just tripped outside and fell on her face. I saw it. Oh my god. I would do that, to be fair. I'm sorry. I'm a bad person. Oh, is that mean to laugh? Maybe I shouldn't have. Oh well, anyway, let's go eat. I'm totally starved. She led me out of the room before I even had the chance to respond. Oh, this looks nice, doesn't it? Man, my school was not this nice. I gotta be honest. My school didn't even have a caf. It was a private art school, so it like took up the whole city. We had to like go eat around the city area. The cafeteria was buzzing with students excited for the new year. The only people as nervous looking as I felt were the tables of skittish, wide-eyed first years. I stepped into line behind Mai, taking an empty plastic tray. We shuffled through, asking for helpings from the sulky cafeteria workers when we passed something that looked good. With full trays, Mai led me straight to a table in the back where a few students were already sitting. Mai sat down and I took a seat across from her. Hey, who's that? Hi, Mai. How was your break? It was good. I went to Italy and Spain. Dad fell off a ski jet and broke his ankle. It's better now, though. Oh. I expected to be introduced, but the girl turned back to a group of friends and Mai turned back to me. She began to assault her food with a fork and tell me in practically minute-by-minute account about her fleeting romance last summer with a boy she met on the beach that didn't go further than a few salty kisses. I sat back and let Mai talk. For the first time since arriving on campus, I felt like I was finally able to breathe. Aw, man. I picked at my Brussels sprouts and studied Mai as she spoke. The more she talked, the more I began to notice small details about her.
Oh.
She had a high songbird voice.
What?
She was dynamic, her face twisting this way and that into exaggerated expressions as she spoke. She laughed often. She imitated people in wildly unflattering voices, seemingly unrelated to her actual opinion about them. Oh my god, it could be me. Except for the songbird voice. I don't think I have that. But most notably, she talked. A lot. That is me, guys. Sorry. Maybe it is me. I don't know. Maybe not. I didn't find this particularly annoying, as it filled the silence and she hardly ever asked questions that required my full attention. Just as Mai was rounding off a shockingly detailed account of the time she accidentally walked in on her friend's older brother in the act of changing, a flash of familiar green caught my eye. I glanced over. Hey, that's him. Huh? Who? I leaned across the table to whisper just in case he could hear me through the ambient chatter of the lunchroom. The boy from the train. That's him.
What?
Jared? Yeah, with the weird green jacket and swoopy hair. Don't forget to mention how sparkly he was. That's very important. He'd just picked up his tray and was walking past us when something seemed to catch his eye. Oh, here he... Oh, no, it's getting romantic in here. Ooh. Sorry, Jared. Sorry, Heidi. Oh, you. I looked up at him, suddenly realizing he was talking to me.
Hana.
Hana, I met you on the train. How are things settling down for you? Really well. I found my roommate, and she's been helping me out. I gestured to Mai, who was thunderstruck. In fact, looking around, everyone was. Well, because he's the most sparkly man in the universe, of course. You gotta know who Mr. Sparkle... Mr. Sparkle! That's Jared. People stopped eating to turn and stare at Jared and me, my shoulders bunched around my neck. Don't throw up on him. That is something I would do. Well, if you ever need any help, I'll be around. Third year, right? I nodded.
All right.
Some of my friends are in that year. Of course, they can't compare to me, but I'll give them the heads up to look out for you. He flashed a dazzling smile, then winked. Was that sparkly as well? I believe that it probably was. It's the least I can do for such a cute girl. Oh, Jared throwing on the moves right away. I do not have any qualms with this. Also, I kind of expected it. Good job, Jared. Well, I'll see you around. I watched a torrent of thoughts raging through my head as he took a seat next to a bunch of guys who were all wearing the same jacket. That's Jared! She tore her eyes away from him and looked at me.
He's so cute.
He's the most beautiful guy in the school! And the most sparkly. Is it the sparkles? It must be.
Oh, Jared.
I can't believe he just looked at me. I looked at Mai. Her cheeks were glowing an indecent pink. Why do they all wear those jackets? Aren't all the guys supposed to wear blue blazers as a part of their uniform? No, they're allowed to. They're... You know Jared? Oh, it's that girl again. That girl turned back around and was looking at me with sudden interest. Did I know him? I only talked to him on the train for a few minutes, so not really. We weren't friends or anything. But looking around, Mai and this girl weren't the only ones who were interested. Everybody seemed to be listening in. Oh man, everyone wants to know about Mr. Sparkle. They seemed so surprised when he first talked to me. Maybe a little white lie couldn't hurt? Oh no, I don't know what to do. No, I can't lie to them. But I guess it wasn't really a lie, is it? It's not really. I guess. I mean, he said I was cute. That means I know him. Oh god. The girl looked me up and down as if she were inspecting a piece of furniture for purchase. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself earlier, did I? I'm Mimi. Nice to meet you. So, how did you meet Jared? Oh, come off it, Mimi! Jared's not interested. Mai and Mimi stared at each other for a few seconds, having some kind of silent mental battle. Then Mimi turned away and continued to eat. Sorry, it was clear that she was just trying to get in with you for her own agenda, so I cut her off. Get in with me? Why? Well, you asked me about those guys and their jackets, right? Those are their normal Boots Club jackets. They're what? What's normal Boots Club? Girl, ain't you seen YouTube? Oh my gosh, there they all are. Look at them all. Oh my gosh, there's John and PBG and Sparkly Jared and Satch, Shane and Gerard, and then the Hidden Block guys. Oh my gosh. It's a club we have at school here. It's like totally exclusive and full of only the coolest students, and they all happen to be boys, of course. They get together and play video games. Nerds! That one right there is John, also known as JonTron. His bird's name is Jack. Yes, we know. Well, I know. Do you know? You should. John is also the president of the drama club here at school. Oh my god, I am not surprised by that. Not even a bit. Next to him is PBG. He and John founded the Normal Boots Club together. PBG is one of the best soccer players on our team. Then there's Gerard. People call him the completionist because he's obsessed with completing things. He has the biggest itty bitty kitty collection I've ever seen. Oh, Gerard and his kitties. Next to him is Jared, also known as Pro Jared. He's a model. Then there's Satchbag, but everyone calls him Satch. He's like crazy smart. Those guys over there are Paul, Nick, and Josh. They read a column in the school newspaper called Continue. Yeah, those are the Continue boys. We haven't seen Hidden Block yet. I hope that they're coming, though. Paul, the one standing up, is the student council president. And the guy in the end there is Shane. He knows more about video games than anyone. Ever! She exhaled a dreamy sigh into her mashed potatoes. Oh, fuck. That line could have just described my whole life. So, how would someone, join the Normal Boots Club? You don't choose the boots, Hannah. The boots choose you. What? What does that even mean? You have to be presented with the boots to be in the club, and they're like super selective. What are the boots? The club has this boot statue. It's like the one on their patches, but it's gold-plated. It's their mascot, I guess? They do this weird initiation ritual. Ritual? I hear they fill a room with candles and wear these totally creepy robes during initiation. This 2-year girl said she saw it once and they were all like chanting around the boots and it sounded like they were talking backwards. But I don't believe her. And even if it's true, I don't care if they're a cult because they're all really hot. Oh, decisions. I mean, that's a pretty good basis for anything. Do they have a lot of friends? Yeah, tons of friends. I'd say they're the most popular kids in school. I mean, everyone in the school totally looks up to them. I bet they could get any girl in school, too. Or boy, for that matter. Oh, I'm up for it. I'll just watch. That's fine. Hey, are you going to eat your cake? Yes, and I'll thank you not to ask. I shook my head and pushed the plastic tray across the table to her. For the remainder of lunch, I listened to my talk about Jared through mouthfuls of half-dissolved frosting. Man, I could go for cake. Cake sounds lovely. Back at the dorm, I sorted through the pile of textbooks the school left for me. My radio was playing a poppy tune, equal parts music to static. My fervently scribbled in a notebook at our desk, hunched over it with strikingly poor posture.
Hey.
Hey, Mai? Uh-huh. She didn't bother to look up. Am I supposed to have a textbook for History 309? She shoveled through the papers on her desk before producing a thick textbook. A demure man in a powdered wig frowned at me from the cover. Yeah, this one. Uh-oh. I don't have that one. The school must have missed it. Mai shrugged and set the textbook back in her pile. They have a bunch at the library. You can just check one out. Where's the library? Mai riffled through her notebook and wrote something down. She tore the page out and handed me a crudely drawn map. Oh. Okay, well, I'll be back in a little bit. Bye, girl. Bye. Ooh, oh, this is very fancy. It took me at least 20 minutes to find the library. By the time I realized I was holding the map upside down, the sun was set. Oh, good job. The library was much larger than I expected. The walls lined from floor to ceiling with books of all sizes on rough wooden shelves. Intimidated, I headed for the front desk. A recognizably green and gray jacket was bent behind the counter. Normal boots? I briefly considered running away.
Hey.
Sag! Oh, Sag looks so cute! Can I help you? Too late. Yeah, the school forgot to give me one of my textbooks. I was told I could get it here. Which one is it? The History 309 textbook. He stepped from behind the counter and motioned for me to follow. We dodged between the aisles in a comfortable silence. He seemed friendly enough. I should say something. What was his name again? Shane? Gerard? John? It's Satch, you fool! Not John.
Satch.
Huh? Oh, you work here? Ugh, of course he worked here! That is a move I would make. He chuckled, dimples appearing in his cheeks. Yeah, I'm the librarian's assistant. It's my second year and I love it. I get to help people find books that speak to them. His eyes twinkled like a kid's on Christmas. Your book's right down here. He stopped at a row of thick, dusty books. Was this all history? And pulled out the book with the powder-wigged man I saw earlier. Thanks. He waved his hand. It was nothing. Do you need help with anything else? I wanted to make a good impression on the Normal Boots Club, but I couldn't come up with anything. No. Thanks.
Copacetic.
You're welcome. As we headed back to the cavernous library, my unease melted away. We weren't talking, but just being near him felt like being wrapped in a soft blanket. Oh, that's so cute. Satch is adorable. I resisted the urge to snuggle up to him. Oh, don't do that. You just met him. We neared the front desk, stepping around a clump of studying students. As we passed, one of them shifted. Uh-oh. What happened? Something white flew past my face. A thick piece of triangular paper lay at my feet. I bent over and picked it up. It was surprisingly heavy. There was a quarter inside of it. If I was just a hair slower, it would have hit me in the face. Oh, that's rude. Girl, throw the book at him. That's mean. The boys that made fun of my hair this morning among them. My heart dropped. I scanned my memory for anything I might have done to offend them, but came up with nothing. My hand started to shake. I hid it behind my back, trying to think of some way to defend myself. Why did you do that? Eh? What do you mean? We were just messing around. Are you suggesting we did it on purpose? I faltered. There was nothing I could say. I was outnumbered. They would twist my words around no matter how straightforward I was. No, sorry. One of the boys held his hand out for the paper. I inched closer to give it to him, angry at myself for being so compliant. I wish I were. A gentle warmth closed over my hand and took the paper from me. Satch examined the paper closely. I see what the problem is. Your aim would be better if you cut the corners before you folded it. Ooh, Satch coming in for the rescue! He placed the paper on the table. The boys looked at him in sheer awe. Be careful, though. You almost hit her, and that would have been awful. My hands began to sweat as panic shifted through me, afraid of the response, but... Geez, we're sorry. We'll be careful next time. Yeah, it was an accident. They apologized? Thanks, I appreciate it. Satch, you hero, you! He gave them a wide smile and continued off down the aisles. I followed closely behind, my legs weak. Don't tell me they stopped because of him, simply because I was with him? I wanted to thank him, but my heart was pounding so hard I knew my voice would shake. We reached the front counter and he scanned the history book. My lips trembled as I willed myself to say something, anything to thank him. He tilted his head to the side. What books do you like to read? Fiction? He chuckled. I just finished a good one. I think it'll be right up your alley if you don't mind me saying so. He reached under the counter, pulled out a thick green book, and passed it to me. A man in black stood on the front, hugging a woman in royal robes. It's long, but it's one of my favorites, The Princess Betrothed. I know things can be tough transferring to a new school. If you're ever worried, just read this. It'll transport you 100 miles away in a second. Tears stung my eyes, so I ducked my head.
Satch.
Thank you, Satch. For more than just the books. You're welcome. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think I got your name.
My name is Hana Mizuno.
Oh.
Hana.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Hana. Let me know how you like the book. Oh my god, this is so cute, you guys. I can't even deal. Would you like me to continue with this? You can put in the comments below if you'd like. we have a chance to basically date anyone in the Normal Boots Club, and this looks like it's going to be very feelsy, a little more than I expected. You know how I love the dating sims, and I know some of you guys do too, so vote on it below. Tell me if you want it to continue, yay or nay, and if not, maybe we'll stream it or do something else, but let me know in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed the beginning of this. I'll wait to see what you say, and then we'll continue on maybe with Asago Academy. Bye guys. Oh gosh, this is so cute. Bye, Sag.